welcome back. First, I wanted to start off by saying thank you to everyone that has subscribed and liked and even commented. I read every single one of the comments and I try to respond as thoroughly as I can if you guys have questions. So thank you so much. It's been an awesome 3 weeks so far and I really enjoy it. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos and tutorials that I'm posting up. So today we are going to do a twofer tutorial. So it's going to be, the first half is a marble gel polish and the second part is how to apply striping tape. So if you want to find out how to do that, keep on watching. Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick video today on some marbling techniques done with gel polish. I'm going to just use a detail brush, nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just a detail brush. I already polished this nail, 2 coats of white polish, gel polish, cured it, and I have some isopropyl alcohol. I have a little bit of black gel polish on a little palette, and we're just going to pick up some black. I'm going to kind of prep my brush. This is a tip you guys can do when you want to get finer lines or anything like that. You're trying to prep your brush. You want to kind of just drag out the color and focus on getting your paint or your polish on the tip of your brush and shaping your brush to how you want. So if you want a finer point, make sure you're kind of twisting your brush to kind of shape it to the shape you want it. So you don't really need a lot of the black for this marble. You just want to pick a little bit. A little bit of the black goes a long way for this. So we're just going to kind of put it in an area. Put some here, put some there. Good. Like I said, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to clean off my brush with alcohol. I'm going to pick up a little bit more alcohol. And what this alcohol is going to do, it's going to melt the gel, the black gel. So we're going to kind of lightly tap it to melt that product. And it doesn't need to be perfect because marble is not perfect. So that's why this is a cool design, because it doesn't take a steady hand. And I kind of like to go in, I kind of like to move the melted gel around a little bit so it kind of disperses out. And I try to not have any hard edges, so on the edges of the black gel that I just dispersed, I'll kind of go back a little and just touch up those edges so they're not kind of a sharp line. Just get it to kind of where you want it to look. As you can see, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna kind of add a few darker lines just to give it a little bit more dimension. So pick up a small amount of your black, and I'm just gonna kind of wiggly lines, kind of go around, maybe trace a line that you see that's already forming in there. Your marble kind of has some dark lines, light lines, and some of those black lines are a little too distinct for me, just a little. So I'm just going to take a little bit of alcohol and just lightly tap some of those darker lines. I don't want the alcohol to disperse it too much, so I'm just softening some of those lines by gently tapping it. So you have a marbled nail. I don't think you need to cure this. I haven't cured it. When I do it on my clients, I don't cure this layer. I just kind of will let it dry and then top coat it. That's worked great for me. Clients come back with it still on. It hasn't chipped off or anything. So top coat and then cure in the light for the recommended time. I hope you guys found this helpful. It's cool. You could do any assortment of colors. You can do a black nail with white marbling. Just play around and see what you guys come up with. And don't give up on the look of it if you don't like the way it looks. It starts off kind of funky, not really the way you want it to look. So just play with it. If you don't like it, take alcohol in a pad, wipe it off, and you can start over. That's the beauty of gel. You can start over as many times as you want if you need to. But just let your finished product kind of slowly come together. It's not one of those things that it's going to be like, wow, it looks like this right away. It takes time to put the little finishing touches on it to make it look like a marble, or really any nail art that you guys do. Just take your time and practice and you'll get the hang of it. Okay, so I want to go ahead and add some gold striping tape to this, and I'll show you guys the best way to do it. So this is already a finished marble nail. It has been top coated, and you need to take off the sticky layer. And it's really important with any taping, with these, tape things, you can't have a smooth surface. It just won't work. This is the best way to keep it on as long as possible, because if anyone that has tried tape, it's super annoying because it flicks up and it does take time. So to kind of put it on, and if you're not prepared, you don't have all the right tools, it can get annoying and you're sitting there for 20 minutes trying to tape 3 fingers, So you're going to make sure you wipe off all of that sticky layer. You don't want that sticky layer. It's not going to stick. So personally, what I like to use to do this, you have your tape, and I like to use cuticle nippers, somewhat sharp ones if you can. And I'm just going to do stripes just to make it easy to kind of give you guys an example. I like just to strip an amount. And I like to kind of, if you guys can see that, I like to just place it right in the middle where I want it to go, and then put my finger down. Make sure it's nice and straight. You can use your nippers, you can use whatever. You just don't want to touch too much on the side that's going to be on the nail. And make sure it looks nice and straight. And you're going to push the crap out of it to make sure it is on there really, really well. And this is the part where a lot of techs, nail techs, kind of run into a problem, because where do you cut this? How do you cut it? So when you cut this, you need to you can't cut it right here, because if you cut it right there, your top coat is not going to seal that area and it's going to flake off. I like to use sharp nippers for this because you get a nice clean cut. So you're going to cut above, kind of more into the nail, so your top coat can cure it. And don't pull it. When you're cutting this, you want to just put the pressure and cut it, because you don't want to bend that edge. So that's done. And you're going to push down that edge to make sure. So if you guys can see, there's a little bit of a space so your top coat can get in there, and you really, really, really push that down. So now I'm going to do the other side. Go into the nail plate just a little bit so your top coat can get in there, and squeeze it down. Don't pull, don't lift, just squeeze your nippers to cut it. Smooth it down really well. I will get my thumb on my client's nail and I will make sure it is on there really good. So I want to add a second stripe. So I'm going to get my tape again. I'm going to pull it up, and like I said, try not to touch the middle area where you're going to put it on the nail, because you don't want to touch that part. You want it to be as sticky as possible. So I'm just going to place it right next to the other line. Make sure it's nice and straight. And you want to put a little pull it taut just a little bit, so it's on there. You're not going to get any like bumps or kind of ridges. And turn your client's nail to make sure, do I see any like humps or bumps or anything? Kind of smooth it in the middle. And we're going to cut it again. Like I said, don't cut it all the way on the edge. You want to leave a little bit of space to get that side covered. Okay, so then we're going to do it again on this side. And just clamp down, push those nippers, don't pull, don't, you know, if you pull it while you're squeezing, so if you squeeze your nippers and then you try to pull, it's going to dent up your striping tape and you're not going to be able to seal that. It's a lost cause. So you're going to have to start it over again. So I'm going to top coat this and show you guys what the sides look like. So I'm going to show you again. See the side, the tape doesn't go all the way to the end. There's a little bit of space, but when you look straight on, it looks like it goes all the way to the end. So top coat that, really make sure you're getting all the way to the sides. So let me show you. And you kind of want to go a little heavier on your top coat. When I say heavy, that doesn't mean like glob it on where it's going to start falling and all that. You just want to get a good layer and just case those edges. And you want to make sure you push the crap down out of that striping tape, because if you didn't and you put your top coat on, your striping tape is going to start peeling up because now it got wet. So it's super, super important to press that striping tape down before you put your top coat on. I'll show you the edge. Sorry if I got out of frame there for a second, guys. See, you don't see it touching the edge all the way. So go ahead and cure that, and we're going to do a check to make sure that we covered it well enough. Okay, so this has already been cured. It's finished curing. I'm going to take off this sticky layer. And a good way to tell if you had good coverage is to run your fingernail over the areas where you put your striping tape and see if you feel a lip from the tape. If you feel a little lip, chances are it's gonna peel up. So go ahead, top coat it again, just on those ones that you put a little, the striping tape on. Like I feel a little tiny bit here, and I'm scared that that's gonna lift off on my client. So I'm just gonna put another thin layer, a thin layer this time, because you already did it once, mainly focusing on this side, just because I can feel that little bit of a ridge. So more than likely it's gonna come off. But I will say, if you do your striping tape more on the cuticle area than the free edge, you'll have less chance of it peeling off. If you do, you know, like the chevron or down at the tip, you have to be extremely careful to cover those edges. So I would recommend two coats of top coat, and really get those sides and edges. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this was helpful. Try this look out. Tag me on Instagram, Luxapolish, or hashtag Luxapolish, hashtag Life of a Manicurist, and I'll check it out. If you guys have any questions, comment below. Tell me what you guys think of this look. Awesome. See you guys later. Bye.